Dexter Southfield, Middle School Grammar. Today we are talking about predicate nominative and predicate adjective. Before we go any further, we need to remember that complements are words or word groups that complete the meaning of a verb. And these were the notes we took for direct and indirect objects. A predicate nominative is a type of complement, and a predicate adjective is a type of complement. And here's a spoiler alert. These last two sentences contain either a predicate adjective or a predicate nominative. This was the predicate nominative, and this was the predicate adjective. You don't need to copy this down again because you already did it. The predicate nominative. A predicate nominative is a word or word group that is in the predicate and that identifies the subject or refers to it. So here's the key piece. It identifies the subject. It is either a noun, a pronoun, or a word group acting as a noun. It is only in sentences with linking verbs. That's the key piece also. It completes the meaning of the linking verb, and it may be compound. So take a look at these four sentences. This is the book. One thing at a time. Subject of this sentence is this. Is your linking verb. And then we have a predicate nominative here, and that is the word book. In these situations, I like looking at the linking verb as an equal sign. That's basically what's happening here. This equals book. So it's very simple to answer the question as to what the predicate nominative if you just think about what completes the equal sign. This equals book. Now, it might be in the form of a question, in which case you just want to reverse things back to a statement. Is this the book? Again, this is your subject, is your linking verb, and book remains your predicate nominative. Now, as said earlier, a predicate nominative could be a word group. And in this case, we have a word group in the third sentence. The novel is A Christmas Carol. Novel is your subject. Again, is your linking verb. And then A Christmas Carol, the title, A Christmas Carol, is your predicate nominative. Novel equals Christmas Carol. And in the last one, field hockey is a sport and an important part of her life. This is where you'll get a compound predicate nominative. First of all, field hockey is your subject. Again, it's a compound noun acting as a subject. Is your linking verb. And then we have to find the two predicate nominatives. Field hockey equals sport, and it equals part. Not important part, just part. So predicate nominative, predicate nominative. You may be noticing that there is this word important. You don't want to include that here because that is just a good old-fashioned regular adjective, not a predicate adjective. Just an adjective that is describing the word part. Of course, we don't want to get anywhere near this. Of her life is a prep phrase, with of being the preposition and life being the object of the preposition. Predicate adjective. The predicate adjective is an adjective that is in the predicate and describes the subject. So a little bit different here. It's describing. It's not identifying the subject. It's describing the subject. It's only in sentences with linking verbs. Again, that's key. And it completes the meaning of the linking verb. We oftentimes refer to this as the PA. So let's take a look at these four sentences. That was fun. First things first. That is your subject. Was is your linking verb. And then that leaves us with fun, which is clearly an adjective. And in this sentence, it is the predicate adjective. That equals fun. Fun describes the subject, that. That was a fun dance. Okay, be careful here. One thing at a time. Again, that is your subject. Was is your linking verb. And now we have to ask what's going on here. That equals what? Well, does that still equal fun? Because that's what I had up in the first sentence. Or is that equaling a dance? In this case, we have an adjective here and a noun here. So the question is, do I have a predicate adjective or a predicate nominative? The answer is, if there is a noun that can act as a predicate nominative, then it is the predicate nominative. So this is a PN, and the word fun in this case is just a regular adjective describing the word dance. So there is no predicate adjective in this sentence. The third sentence, again, it's a question. So find the subject first. Sunset is your subject. Verb is the word is. It's a linking verb. Remember, the nt is your adverb. And then the predicate adjective here is the word pretty. Sunset equals pretty. And then in this last sentence we have a compound. The homework was hard but important. Your subject here is homework. Was is your linking verb. And then we have to identify the adjectives, the predicate adjectives. In this case, homework equals hard, homework equals important. Both of these are PAs. And they are joined by the conjunction but. So be careful with your linking verbs. Copy down these two sentences. The chili smells tasty and I smelled the chili. In each case we have the verb smell. So smells and then smelled. In the first one, the chili smells tasty. This is a linking verb. Whoops. Linking verb. Subject is chili. And it equals tasty, which is a predicate adjective. There's something different happening in the second one. I smelled the chili. So I is your subject. Smelled is a verb, but it is an action verb. And if there's an action verb in your sentence, you know you're not going to have a predicate adjective or a predicate nominative. So chili changes into something else. In this case, I smelled what? I smelled the chili. This is a direct object. For reflection, what is the key skill needed in order to recognize a compliment? So what do you need to do first and foremost before you do anything else when you have a sentence that has a compliment? You've got to figure out what that compliment is. What is the key skill that you need to have in order to be able to identify what the compliment is?